Come through turn 3 and 4. Dixon in the 9. The 4 of Vitor Mira in the front row. They come out of 4. The pace car pulls off. And we are green here in Kentucky.
That's right behind you. Got one inside. Got one inside. Inside.
Danica came in just to top off. Let's go back and show you what happened to her yesterday in practice, forcing her to miss qualifying.
Going into turn 1, about 218 miles an hour, you see some sparks coming out from the back of the car. Something went wrong with the car, and she went up towards the wall, and you can see the tires spinning there and going and hitting her in the head. Now, I went back and looked at this last night a couple of times, and I almost feel that the wheel nut started to come off, and then her car started to lose control of the steering, and she went up towards the wall.
We get ready to go back to green flag racing, and we are green again here on lap number 5 at Kentucky. She came in out of the 20th position before all this started. Vince, she's heading your way.
Danica Patrick, she came in on lap 2 for just the top off of fuel. She misses her marks a little bit. Dave Sharpley on the right front had to make a major adjustment. Tires and fuel, a good adjustment by the AGR 7 crew, and Danica missed her marks. They did a nice job there, guys.
She stayed out long enough to officially lead 1 lap, so she's our 3rd different leader, but Scott Dixon will cycle through as our race leader now, as it will be Dixon, Weldon, Vitor Mira. That will be your top 3. Dixon and Mira have led this race for the vast majority. 48 laps for Dixon, 5 for Mira.
Danica says she doesn't feel as though the car is fast enough when she's by herself. And right now, as you see on the shot that we can give you of Danica, she's by herself.
Well, and remember, this is a car that never saw the racetrack until the green flag. They rolled it back off the trailer after the crash. There was no practice. She didn't make qualifying, so a good effort so far for Danica. How about Sarah? Take a look. She's right in front of Danica, running in 19th right now. And you can see Milka is right in front of Sarah. So they're running 18th, 19th, and 20th, the 3 females. And, of course, Sarah's had a lot of success here at Kentucky. She won the first pole ever by a female here back in 2002. And then in 2000, of course, she finished 3rd on the podium. And there is Danica trying to reel those 2 in. She's about 2 seconds behind those 2. So, in fact, she's lost a little bit more ground. She's almost 15 seconds now behind the race lead. As we get ready to go side by side, let's take you back to Sarah Fisher's big moments here at Kentucky Speedway back in 2000 when she became the first woman ever to finish on the podium. And if you take a look, she'll be on the far right side of the podium. And watch the guy on the left side. He looks a little... Could you get the... Yeah, now learn how to spray this stuff. And then here's their pole run back in 2002. She became the first woman ever to sit on a pole at an IndyCar race. Who's your buddy? Who's your pal? Back here at Kentucky Speedway, our second caution flag has just come out, and we have debris on the racetrack.
I'm going to guess it's probably because the $67 general car of Sarah Fisher and the 7 Motorola machine of Danica Patrick touched going into turn 1, and it was a nice move by Sarah. She got a good run going down the front section and got on the high side, and Dana just sort of walked up the track just a little bit, and they had contact.
I'm wondering, is it the right front winglet, the wing plate? Let's take a look. Here we go. On board.
Through the tri-oval. Now watching your right-hand side, Sarah Fisher gets a bit of a run on her and tries to get through the turn. Boy, Sarah doesn't take her foot off the gas. That's an awesome drive by Sarah, but it looked like Danica just started to come up the road just a little bit, trying to get herself set up for going into 1. But Sarah Fisher, second race of the year, she's got the gas pedal. She knows where that is.
You also saw the 06 of Graham Rahal going back towards the garage area, as they still have problems with that race car, probably again in the gearbox area. We'll try and check on that for you. Sarah right now running 17th. She'll a lap down. Danica 18th, a lap down. In fact, we have 13 cars on the lead lap. EJ Vizo and Oriol Servia were the last 2 to lose a lap to race leader Scott Dixon. Time now for our GoDaddy.com trivia question for this week. And Target Chip Ganassi Racing has never won at which tracks on the current IndyCar Series schedule? The clock is ticking. You got to guess one of them, because where are we? Okay, that's one. Can you think about the other one? Well, here comes the answers. Kentucky and St. Petersburg. For more, log on to ESPN.com/GoDaddy. All right, there's Chip Ganassi in the pits as we're waiting to see when everybody is coming, and the pits are now officially open. And as you can see, everybody is set up for their second round of pit stops here on lap number 84. That's the lap we're working. And our leader, Scott Dixon, coming in with E.J. Vizo, who's a lap down, is second in that line. Then second place is Dan Weldon. There's Vitor Meira in the 4 car. He is officially listed in third. Marco Andretti fourth. Hideki Muto fifth. Keep that in mind, and we'll see how they come out after we go through our ethanol triple pits. And Jack Arute, the leader's heading your way. Hit this lap. Sarah Fisher was in 10th place, just 1 lap down. She comes in, she needed fuel. Meanwhile, Marco Andretti pulls down low. And so does Vitor Meira. He comes with him as well. Dixon assumes the race lead.
Carry enough speed in, get a clean stop, and back off. Jack Arute.
Remember, fuel goes in 3 gallons a second. It's a long way to the end of pit road at 60 miles an hour. They are ready for their driver. No Firestone tires, just fuel. The fuel man must connect. He pauses, he miscues for just a second. It was 1 second. Here comes Elio Castroneves down the stripe, and he will get by a departing Scott Dixon.
And Sarah Fisher goes around, but she is 2 laps down, so don't put her into the mix. Right now, Elio Castroneves is your race leader.
Here we go, final lap.
All right, so here we go down into turn number 1. Elio Castroneves has got to put the hammer down. There's nothing to hold back, because here comes Scott Dixon. He has got him in his sights down the back stretch. If there's enough fuel in the tank, this is Elio's race. Here he comes through 3, through 4, and here comes Dixon. He's flying on the outside. This could be the salt in the wounds. It is going to be Dixon taking the win. Elio looks like he ran out of fuel just as he crosses the line.
He's hitting the steering wheel going, what do I need to do to win one of these this year? Second place again.
What a flashback to Chicago last year when it was Scott Dixon that was on the short end when he ran out of fuel. Dario Franchitti won the race in the championship. Well, now Scott Dixon gets his 6th win of the year, 5th on the ovals.
Another good story from the race this evening.
Oh, Vince, you got to talk about the Dollar General Special. Sarah Fisher is back at 15th place finish. Sarah, how hard was it to get back up to speed, or is it like riding a horse?
Well, it was 11th until we had a bearing failure, but you know, hey, it was great fun. We had a great time. We had great stops, and Dollar General can't be any more happy we had such a great race today.
Let's talk a little bit about that, because it was so crucial for this team, for your team to have a good outing tonight, to try and convince the folks to continue on. What do you think?
I think it went well. You know, we had Get Well Jonesy stickers on the car, so, you know, I think with him riding with us, everybody did a great job, and, you know, we're going to figure out what happened to the right rear bearing and fix it, because we got something to run with him at Chicago.
You're going to go up to Chicago next.
I can't wait. I'm so excited about it.
Brienne, let's go to another top 10 finisher with you.